Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stock market and commodities update video. And today we'll be doing natural gas, gold, silver, and QQQ, S&P 500, as well as the big seven mega cap tech stocks: Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Apple. So I'm going to be squeezing them together because I'm still in Paris and I don't have my mic here as well. I don't have my mouse. So bear with me as we do this. And let's get started with natural gas. And if you guys want to look at the any tickers, just skip to it. Put the timestamps in the comments. Just click the timestamp and it'll jump right to it. All right, let's take a look starting with natural gas. So we are looking at natural gas here on Wednesday, saying that we need to hold this support from this wedge. And currently we are still holding it, and no huge red flags yet because this is still one move. So it hasn't changed the trend yet down to a downtrend from the daily time frame at least. But on the shorter term time frame, in the hourly, we do see that it's already in an hourly downtrend. But it is negated because you can see the pivot here, right there is the prior pivot. And we didn't break above it. So we are still in an hourly downtrend because this pivot, this high did not break above this prior pivot high. So we're still in a daily hourly downtrend, but it's starting to shape up like a hourly uptrend very soon because this was a bear break and a double bottom. So bold play defense here, as you can see when we zoom into the hourly. Double bottom here, bounced both times, and bears tried to bring it down below this 2.56 twice, and they couldn't do it. So now this bounce is big enough. Now this is the pivot set now, so this is the zone where bulls need to hold, because if that breaks, hourly downtrend is going to continue. But if you do break above this prior high right here, 2.685, we have a confirmed hourly uptrend. So that's the very, very first step I want to see the bulls be able to do for them to shape up any kind of daily time frame moves. So the very first thing is this hourly trend. It's going to be what we're looking for, this 2.685 level to be break above to confirm that hourly uptrend. And for your bears, you guys want to be breaking this double bottom right here where the bulls tried to hold it and continue your hourly downtrend for more continuation on the downside. We zoom out to the 4 hour, and we can see 4 hour is also still in a downtrend. So as long as the bulls cannot get over their hourly uptrend back, this downtrend will continue. But as of now, still not too bad on the structure, because if we zoom out to the weekly, it's still a weekly uptrend. So structure doesn't look as bad as of now, unless this is a weekly uptrend right here, continuing, and this is the pivot right here, and we bounce. So as long as the bulls can hold above this pivot right here from the weekly uptrend will be intact. So that pivot is 2.484. And so far we have formed a wick where we bounce out of this falling wedge, where when it broke bullish from this green looking falling wedge. So that's a good sign that bulls are still holding above it. And so we'll see. The bulls need to show up tomorrow. Monday or Tuesday for this break of this hourly trend to shape up. And otherwise, if it just keeps fading like this, bounce a little bit and then phase more and then phase away, then daily downtrend is going to shape up and a weekly downtrend is going to shape up. If you fade all the way down, breaking this pivot, right? So that's the last thing you want to see for the bulls. But of course, if you're bear, that would be the first thing you want to see to break this weekly pivot right there. Right. So far, still holding okay. So bulls. If that breaks, this weekly pivot breaks, you're definitely going to be looking down at this 2.46 level, and probably going to flush to 2.37 if this weekly pivot breaks, because that's a huge structural break if the weekly trend breaks. And for bulls, if you guys can bounce, get the hourly uptrend going, breaking that double top right here, then we're probably very likely looking for a retest of this 2.786. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG is very similar to Natgas. And let me see here. How am I gonna zoom in? Give me a second, guys. All right. So Yinji had a daily uptrend confirmed, right? Did I even confirm this? No, that was the double bottom here. So this was one move, and this just completely went sideways. Bear break. So that's the pivot set now. So for one initial move, now consolidate. So this is the pivot. Bounce off of this prior wedge support. You can see this green looking line where we bounce off of that. So now UNG do not want to break 6.85 because if we break that 6.85, that's a daily downtrend confirming, right? So now that's the level the bulls need to hold and break above the prior high right here. So that's the 7.44. So we break 7.44, we have a continuation of the daily uptrend. So we'll see if we can get that. We actually had a small daily uptrend here, but that's a uptrend with no follow through. This is the initial move. That's the pivot. Broke above, lack follow through because natural gas itself had lacking follow through. So pull back with natural gas here. So now we want to see a break above that, this high again, this 7.44 high. It's going to be the first step. The bulls want to break above. And so far it's bouncing off this falling wedge. So we'll see if it continues to hold this prior. Obviously, it was acting as a prior resistance, right? So now it's going to act as support when we retest it. That's similar. So as long as natural gas breaks above with this hourly uptrend, then UNG is going to break above as well and bounce together with it. And boil and cold, as I've talked to this about this many times, ready to go. So boil is the 2x leverage for UNG. So if UNG moves up 1.29%, boil will move 2.6%. And cold is on the short side, so cold will be down 2.6% on the 2x for leverage on KOLD. All right, let's look at gold here. So gold. So this was the day where the day after the FOMC rate hike, and gold reacted to it because the dollar actually went up a lot. So gold and dollar is inverse correlation with each other. It had a nice break on the daily time frame. As you can see over here, it was trying to shape up a continuation of the daily uptrend here. So this is the daily uptrend, and this is the new pivot set, and it was going to test its prior high to see if it can continue the daily uptrend. But on Thursday, Wednesday when the FOMC raised rates, the reaction came in on Thursday, and the dollar shot up. So this was the drop from the dollar. So dollar went up. This is gold dropped. Now it has shaped up a daily downtrend because this was the initial move. This is the pivot, and we broke the prior pivot low right there. So now gold is back in bear control, and as long as the bulls do not take us above this prior pivot, which is right here, this red candle's high, which is 1982, the downtrend will still be continuing there. So if the bulls get above that, then we have negated the downtrend and it'll become a neutral trend. So, and then we'll be testing 1985 resistance. But as of now, let's take a look to see if bulls has their hourly trend or not. So the hourly trend right now is back to the bulls on an uptrend. So we'll see if it continues, and so far it isn't. Sorry? Okay, someone just came in my hotel. So we go up here, and yeah, so bulls have the hourly uptrend back. So let's take a look at the 4 hour. Let's see here. 4 hour is still just one move straight up. So we'll see if the 4 hour is just one straight move here. So we need a lower high, sorry, a higher low here, and to form, and then hit a higher high after that for 4 hour trend to be back into the bulls. So we need that to see, and 4 hour uptrend to back into bulls, and they would take this higher back to this prior pivot. So we'll see if that happens. So now, no signs of it yet, but the bulls did hold this prior resistance. Now it's acting as support, this 1940. So as long as the bulls can hold that, they are good to go. All right, let's take a look at QQQ. I'm just going to do this quicker because there's so much to go through. Let's see here. 10 minutes. All right, QQQ. So on Thursday, we had a gap up and everything sold off. So that was a huge red flag here. But the next day, we gapped up and the bulls played defense. You can see this quadruple bottom here. Where's my... So this quadruple bottom here. I'm not sure why my drawing is not working, but anyways, this quadruple bottom here is actually quadruple bottom is where bulls play defense, because if this broke below this Monday's candle, 374, we would have confirmed our very first daily downtrend in 4 months. That would be huge notable from the bears. But even though we gapped up on Friday, we can still see that we did not get over Thursday's high, which is 384.71. So that's going to be the zone bears and bulls are going to be battling on Monday to see if they can get over this prior high. If they can get over this prior high, we're looking back to 52 high again for sure, up to this 387 and 388 zone. So if that continues, we're probably going to go higher, test all-time highs. And because, like I've been saying, every trend, monthly, weekly, and daily, are all in a uptrend. So we don't want to fight the trend, even though there are good short opportunities. And macro opportunities seems like it's bearish, but just follow the trend. So right now, bulls are still looking good as long as we hold above this 374.34. If we cap down Monday, or just sell off below 384, 374, then that's a huge red flag. We're definitely going to fill the gap, and we're definitely coming down to 371 if that happens. So far, no signs of that yet. Bulls were really strong on Friday, so we'll see how Monday goes. All right, Sp500, same thing. Inside bar as well. So inside Thursday's bar. So it's still an indecision candle. So whichever way it breaks the Thursday's bar is also going to be key for me as well. So either all-time highs, or this is going to break the 12 EMA and confirm back to a neutral trend. So far, it's not a downtrend yet because SPY doesn't have that pivot. SPY is much stronger than QQQ as of lately. So we'll see. All right, let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia very similar. It's starting to look like an equilibrium, where equilibrium is going to shape up like this. You can see we made a higher high, lower, and now it's tightening up. So the range is going to be shorter than the prior range. So it's going to be going tighter if that shapes up. If we drop from here again and then bounces close to here, then that's the very likely we're going to shape up an equilibrium before it decides where it wants to go. As of now, we have a inside bar as well. You can see QQQ close all the way up here, close to its highest of the day, and Nvidia did not. So Nvidia is relatively a little bit weaker on Friday. So we want to see if we can break above this. It'll be a continuation of the daily uptrend. So as of now, it is still in a daily uptrend. You can see the pivot here, and this is a pretty big move where is also a pretty big bounce where the next dip is still going to favor the bulls on more the upside at the moment. And we'll see if it continues, because it's gone. We have lately gotten a lot of AI news from Google, Microsoft, and other companies. So Nvidia has been pretty strong lately. So we'll see if it continues. Tesla held its double bottom support. It was like on the verge of confirming the daily downtrend right there. See on that Thursday's candle, pretty much close to the dollar here, 254. This was at 255. So we were just a dollar away from breaking this and confirming a daily downtrend on Tesla. So the bulls held it, and now it's actually tightening up on equilibrium as well here. So we'll get a break on Tesla either to the upside for bulls negating that daily downtrend, or bears confirming the very first daily downtrend in a very, very long time. So we'll see if that they can do that. So it'll very likely happen the first couple of days into next week. So we'll see. All right, Apple. Not much to look here. I'll be talking about the 12 EMA for the daily time frame and the 2-day time frame. It's never broken yet. So we just follow it. Follow this line, this tail looking line on the 2-day time frame, and it's been holding for the last 10 times it touched it. So although it's forming some upper wicks here, we don't have any bearish break or any structural break yet, but it could roll over. But as of now, we don't want to be predicting. I'm just guessing that it's going to predict roll over or not. Just want to see it test the 12 EMA again to see how it works. If it breaks, then we'll know it's a shift. Now, no shift yet. Still completely, absolutely bullish control. All right, Amazon. Let's see how much time I have left. 16 minutes. Amazon here is Amazon. It's forming its decent bounce for 3 days, but this drop is big enough where this bounce would favor the bears for the next drop at the moment, unless it breaks above the 50% mark. Just from eyeing it, it looks like it just closed at the 50% mark. But so yeah, if we get one more green candle, then it's going to favor the bulls on the next drop for the bounce. So we'll see if Amazon can break above this 332. This zone is pretty key for me. It was the prior resistance. Now it should pack us. It was prior support. Now it's going to act as resistance. So we need to get over that. We haven't gotten over that for both days. So we'll see if Amazon can get over it. All right, Google. Google bullish earnings reaction and just been trading up there. So no red flags at all at the moment, other than we can't get over 133. Tested it twice, so cannot get over above it. But we closed pretty close to this range, so there's a good chance that we actually try it again on Monday and see how the market is. It's back to a daily uptrend, so really good. No signs of weakness as of yet. So full bull control on Google as well. Microsoft's the weakest now. It has a daily downtrend confirming right here. Daily downtrend confirmed, and this bounce inside bar that has changed nothing of the structure yet, so still a daily downtrend. So the first thing we want to see is a hourly trend change back to the bulls, and we don't have that yet. We say call this a one move. So bulls really need to get above 341 for any structural change back to their favor. So no signs of that yet. So this is the first key zone for bulls to get over. For bears, it's continuing the daily and the hourly downtrend. Right, Meta. So Meta is forming looks like a bull flag, but actually this probably retraced over 50% already. So it's still favoring the bulls on the bounce because this 4-hour drop right here is only 50%. So as long as above 50% for the Fibonacci retracement for this A to B move is the 50%, the bounce will favor the bulls. I can't draw the Fibonacci right now because I don't have a mouse. So, but just from eyeing it, it's pretty. I can tell that it's 50%. So we're going to be testing all-time highs very likely on Monday. If we reject that triple top, there'll be a triple top, and then it'll likely form a. If it forms a higher low like that, and forms like that, every time we reject, meaning the chances of us breaking above is going to be higher. But we'll see if it forms a higher low again or not. All right. Or we might just, if this rolls over, then that's a far downtrend confirmed. So Monday is actually really key for all these stocks to see which way it's going to go. All right. That's all I got for you guys. I know it's a bit not as detailed because I am in Paris and I don't have a mouse. So it's really hard for me to draw no mic either, but I will get back to you guys soon and have a great rest of you guys' weekend.